Hey friends, what is happening? Last Friday, a buddy and I packed up our kids and headed up to Big Bear for a quick overnight trip. Now, one of the main goals of mine was to continue testing the latest 10 Overlandish Basecamp. A lot of you have been asking about setup times, and so in this video, I'm going to be covering and talking about that. Now, this summer, I've also been putting the ZeroBreeze Mark III through its paces, and in this video, I'm going to show you how it performs in an Overlandish tent and share a few best use tips on this. Now, on top of that, I've been testing the HOWL R1 fire pit, which has been an absolute blast. No pun intended. The Blue Yeti Elite 200 V2 and the Nebula 4K SE projector. So you'll get a teaser of each of these here today. Not full reviews, but enough to give you an idea how they've been shaping up, how they've been performing in the backgrounds of a lot of the outings that I've been on. Now, the weather was absolute perfect. Mid-80s during the day, tipping into the 40s at night. A pretty big temperature swing. Now, because of recent fires, the usual south side camping spots are still closed, which makes finding a yellow post or campsite on the north side even trickier. But after it was 5 different locations, 5 spots that we went to, we finally found one right around, actually it was a little bit before 5 p.m. on Friday. So in this video, I'm going to share some of the footage from this trip and give you some behind the scenes look at some of the gear I've been currently using. That said, let's get to it. All right, kicking things off, well, it seems very appropriate that for those of you that have been asking about how quick the Overlandish Basecamp tent is to set up, well, you're gonna see me in real time here. And while you're watching me set this thing up right here, I will talk you through as far as what's happening. I'm also going to, for the purpose of somebody watching this video that might not be aware of some of the specs with this tent and some of the other items in here, I will share some of the basic specs and details about these items as well. So anyways, Overlandish Basecamp tent. This is a tent that's roughly about 95 square feet. You're talking about it diagonally across about 12 feet. The height is just shy of 7 foot. It's like 6'9". When it's all stowed away, and this is one of the big selling points with this particular tent, it's only 4'11" by 15 by 15, and it only weighs, it's like 69, 70 pounds. This thing is incredibly portable. I can't believe I called the tent portable. Anyways, it is lightweight for a tent of this size here. And these, as you're gonna find out here in a moment, these hub style tents go up really, really fast. Just pop out the walls, jump inside, push up the center. It is that easy. Now let me share with you a few of the features with this tent that really, for me, that stand out. Obviously, when you're camping, a lot of bugs around, or bugs can be a problem, so it's nice that this has a bug mesh screen on the doors and the windows. You have and actually, speaking of the windows, you have multi-layer windows that you can fully open. So you also have the little clear plastic or the poly material, you have the screen, and then of course you have the insulated panels. In these tents, there are 3 sealable roof vents, which is fantastic, especially during winter and so forth. You also have a weather pack. The weather pack includes the footprint and the rainfly, and you are looking at a footprint here. That's actually from my green Overlandish tent that I have. The rainfly I don't have. The bag that this comes in is actually fantastic. It's durable, it's big, and there's plenty of extra room, so you're not fighting to get the darn thing in there. You have 2 6 1/4 multi-purpose wall ports. This was a new addition that these guys just crushed it, because of course a lot more people are heading out with diesel heaters or portable air conditioners, which, as you're going to see later on this video with the ZeroBreeze, comes in super handy, or wires or whatever the hell that you want to go running through there. And as I mentioned in previous videos, you have upgraded and reinforced corners. A new addition with this tent is that, so you have these 3 windows going around the outside, going around the tent. So you can unzip them, you have the screens there. So when you're laying down, think about where your beds are in a tent, or your mattress, and so forth. You have these windows that are now on close to the bottom of the tent, which is incredible for letting through wind and breeze and stuff at night. So it's, yeah, they did a great job with this. And then last but not least, I knew there was something I was gonna bring up, the tub floor. The zippers are 5.5 inches up the wall. So that makes a tent like this much more durable in wet conditions. So as you can see here, there's plenty of windows. The doors are big. You have one large window in here, and that's actually the one thing that I would like to say. You know, there always has to be cons, you know, and this is no exception to this. With these tents, you know, while they have raised the bar so darn high with these tents, the one thing that I wouldn't mind seeing in the future, I love this big window that they have here. I personally myself, I would love to see it with more of these larger windows in here, because it's incredible. You know, this window is huge, but there's just one of them, but you also have, again, you have all these other windows that are inside here. So there's no shortage of light inside of this thing. And for many of you that have been following this channel for any duration of time, you know the Overlandish Basecamp. This is no stranger. There are a number of videos and reviews I've done on these things for the last handful of years. It is arguably one of my favorite tents on this planet. The people over at Overlandish keep every version that they come out with, or new version, I think I said that, anyways, whatever. They keep raising the bar even higher, really stretching the envelope of what you can get in these tents. They've done a fantastic job, and it shows in this tent right here. There's a lot of innovation, and boy, it's really exciting to see where they are going next with these things. Okay, just a quick little, so you can see what I'm actually sleeping on here. This is a queen size air mattress, and we have 2 Hess mattresses on here, and then the aeronaut mattress, or I'm sorry, the quilts on top of here, along with the Hess pillows. Incredibly comfortable sleep at night. Highly recommend air mattress. Throw some Hess mattress on top of it, you're golden. Now this Blue Yeti is actually one of 2 of their batteries that I've been testing this summer. The other is part of their Apex series. Both have been performing absolutely phenomenal. Now this one right here, this was powering the Starlink Mini while I was out there charging phones, cameras, and stuff like that. And it performs, I have nothing negative to say about this. It has done exactly what you want out of a portable power station. The size is fantastic. You get a lot of value, you get a lot of performance out of a small package with this. So Blue Yeti, again, as I've mentioned, echoed throughout this video right here. We're gonna have full reviews on some of these other items. So this is just meant to be kind of a teaser, giving you a snapshot of some of the other items that we've been testing in the background and what's coming around the corner in full reviews. Okay, what you're looking at here is Minecraft being played on a Nebula Cosmo 4K SE smart projector. Now, the Nebula Cosmo, this projector right here stands out, in my opinion, as a well-rounded portable 4K projector with smart automation, plug-and-play streaming, incredibly vivid HDR visuals, and impressive sound for something this size, all in a durable, travel-friendly design. Now, I'm not gonna spill the whole review today, but I'll give you a taste. We're talking crisp 4K resolution, over 1800 ANSI lumens of brightness, built-in Dolby Audio speakers, in quick autofocus that gets you dialed in within seconds. Now again, I'll save the deep dive on the picture quality, streaming performance, and outdoor use for the full review that's coming in the near future. This projector, out in the woods, the kids were happy as heck. Everybody enjoyed watching Minecraft, and what was the other one? The Penguin movie after this here. Whatever, it was awesome. The kids were happy. And the projector, this is one of those items that I have truly, and they, you know, what's funny is Nebula just released another projector on top of this, and it's hard to believe that the new one just trumps the heck out of this one, and the tech that's inside of this one, the picture quality, everything about this is absolutely incredible, and it's hard to believe that they raised the bar even higher. This fire pit is as legit as it gets. As you may know, over the years, I've tested a lot of different fire pits, and I can be a tough critic because living in California, we have so many wildfires, and we're usually under some sort of fire ban and so forth. The folks over at Howell have really done an exceptional job of baking in a lot of safety into their fire pits and so forth. And these things are built like tanks. And I know that is so cliche to say, but it is incredibly durable. So I have, many of you know, I enjoy doing a lot of cold weather camping. Now for the summer, I think this R1 is all you need. And when the weather starts getting colder, you're gonna see me more out there with the R4, the big brother to the smaller R1 that I've been testing here this summer. But the R1, holy smokes, the weight, the size, it is incredibly durable. I keep repeating that over and over again because I can't stress just how solid, and it's only 11 pounds. It really throws out a lot of heat for its size. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Again, as I've said over and over again, this one right here, all these items that I'm kind of throwing these teasers out in this video here, these are items that are just really impressed the heck out of me this summer. I'm not quite, where the review is going to come out, but I wanted to throw a little teaser out, add a little bit more value to this video here, and kind of give you a snapshot of what's coming around the corner. All right, let's shift gears and talk about the ZeroBreeze Mark III. This has been something I've been testing this summer, and I wanted to get some time underneath my belt utilizing it. And as you can see here, this thing has taken some punches. My job is to go out there and beat the heck out of stuff and find out some failing points, and this thing has done a great job. In a moment, I'll share with you, do's and don'ts with this thing, or kind of best case scenario, setting expectations of how to use this. But you're talking about, again, something 22 pounds, 5280 BTUs, cools, roughly about 20 degrees Fahrenheit in about 5 minutes, so it's really, really quick. Battery powered, which is incredible, so you can actually stack multiple batteries into this thing together, which is great. You can actually plug in solar into this, so 500 watts, I want to say it's 500 watts solar power you can actually plug into this thing. And on low settings, you're talking about running only off about 150 watts of juice, which is pretty darn cool. Inside the tent, there are two pipes from the ZeroBreeze. One, of course, is pushing out your cold air. One is sucking in the air to cool it down and then spit it back out. When I started this test inside the tent, it was 84 degrees in here, and shortly thereafter, 15-20 minutes or so, it got down to 73 degrees inside this tent. Now again, one thing I want to point out, the tent is not in direct sunlight. It is covered by trees. Now the ZeroBreeze right here, this is actually the second ZeroBreeze that I've tested. I tested quite extensively the Mark II, which was a great unit for what it was, much smaller than this one from a BTU standpoint. But one thing I want to echo over and over again, it doesn't matter whether we're talking about ZeroBreeze or EcoFlow or whatever the AC unit is. When you talk about these portable AC units, you have to understand what it is and what it is not. Many people have the misconception that when they go out, because it's an AC, they think it's similar to the AC units that they have in their homes and so forth. While yes, it's blowing out cold air, but the size is considerably smaller. And when you're out in these tents like this that have next to little R value that is on your sides, well, you know what? These portable AC units have to work a little bit extra hard to keep the things cool, or if you use it during the winter months with the heaters, those that have the heaters, to keep warm and so forth. But the ZeroBreeze has done a great job. It's a small axe chop big trees. Know when to use it. If it's sunny out, it's not going to do really much in a tent like this unless you're in the immediate area like this. The tent's going to get really, really warm. But in this particular case, the tent was underneath a tree cover, and it did a really good job. It dropped the temperature quite well. And in the evenings, obviously, once the sun goes down as well, the ambient temperature outside can be quite warm. And because the sun's not beating down on the tent, this AC unit is going to do a great job in a tent like this. And again, it is designed for 100 to 150 square feet space. This particular tent is a little bit shy of that. So yeah, you're sitting really, really good. And that is going to wrap up our quick overnight in Big Bear. So the Tan Overlandish Basecamp continues to impress, especially with how quick it is to set up. So again, hopefully this shed some light for many of you that have been asking on the setup for these things. They are a breeze. While the ZeroBreeze Mark III definitely held its own in the tent, the HOWL R1 fire pit, the Blue Yeti Elite 200 V2, and Nebula 4K SC Projector all added their own flavor to the trip, and I'll have more in-depth reviews on each one of these coming soon. The weather couldn't have been any better, and even with the extra challenge of finding the campsite on the north side after so many failed attempts up there, it was worth the effort. Now, if you enjoyed the behind-the-scenes look at all the gear that I'm testing, make sure you hit that like button down below. It really does help to get this content out in front of more people. And if you're new here, well, sure would appreciate you consider hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss any full reviews when they drop. Friends, that is all I have. As always, thanks for supporting the channel, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.